My Indian name is Light Comes Through, which is Vidoske in Potawatomi. I'm not Potawatomi, I'm Cree, but a friend of mine who was an elder gave me my spirit name. Bannock was brought, flour was brought by the colonizers. The British and the French both brought flour with them. And we started using it as a staple because we were given a bag of flour and some lard and some other stuff. So we had to learn how to use it to be able to eat and survive because all of our hunting and stuff was not allowed anymore. I've tried to make it a little bit more healthy because wheat is not the healthiest foods for us. So I'm using spelt. So it's one of those grains that haven't been sort of overused or over modified. It's not bleached. And this recipe is a vegan recipe. So there's no animal byproducts in it at all. So I'm not going to use the traditional way of making it, which is with lard, because it's not very healthy and it makes you sick. Basically, Bannock is a non-yeast bread. So it doesn't rise. It does with the baking powder, but it's not like it's going to need more flour. I always find that when I'm making bread or I'm making Bannock, depending on the weather, you may need more flour or less flour. I could make the same thing tomorrow and probably not have to use as much flour. It's not like yeast bread, where I have to let it sit for an hour and then it rises. So different regions have different ways of making it. In BC, where I grew up, though I'm not from BC, I'm Cree, from Quebec originally, they use beer and it really puffs it up. So you can tell from the regions who's made it and what they've used. I grew up in foster homes, okay. So I didn't know what my cultural foods were until I lived in Vancouver, and then I started learning more about it. What's really cool about Bannock is it's similar to a lot of other people's foods that don't use yeast. Punjabis have bread, the protein. They don't add baking powder, but it's like fry bread. But it's without the oil, so when you cook it, it's really similar. And a lot of other cultures, like I said, have similar breads.
So who did you learn to make Bannock from?
Friends. I'm an artist, poet, playwright, social activist, advocate. What else do I do? I play different instruments, but my biggest thing that I love doing is cooking for people, because to me it's an act of love. It totally is. Food is about love and nourishment and nurturing and taking care of each other. So I like doing that.
Thank you.